Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rahma Ulian Rastuti from Medical Laboratory Technology Department. I am going to talk about a disease called typhoid. My talk will be in several parts, such as the overview, symptoms and causes, diagnosis and test, management and treatment, prevention and prognosis. Typhoid fever is an illness caused by the bacterium Salmonella typhi. It infects your small intestines and causes hay fever, stomach pain, and other symptoms. Typhoid fever is also called enteric fever. You'll commonly hear paratyphoid fever mentioned along with typhoid. Paratyphoid fever is similar to typhoid with more mild symptoms. It's caused by Salmonella paratyphoid, Salmonella typhi, and Salmonella paratyphoid are different than the Salmonella bacteria that cause salmonellosis, a common type of food poisoning. Symptoms and causes. Other symptoms of typhoid fever include headache, chills, loss of appetite, stomach pain, rose spot, rash, or fainting spots, usually on your chest or stomach, cough, muscle acids, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, or constipation. What causes typhoid fever? Typhoid fever is caused by the bacterium Salmonella typhi. It lives in the gut of infected people and can contaminate food and water. How does typhoid fever spread? Typhoid fever usually spreads through food or water contaminated with Salmonella typhi. This can happen if someone with typhoid touches something you ate or drink without washing their hands. It can also happen if water gets into water you drink or on food you eat. You can get typhoid from another person if they don't wash their hands after going to the bathroom. When they touch surfaces and objects, they can leave bacteria behind and can transfer to the next person who touches it. What are the stages of typhoid fever? You can develop symptoms of typhoid fever gradually in 4 stages. Early treatment with antibiotics can keep you from progressing to later stages. Stage 1, you can start getting typhoid symptoms anywhere from 5 to 14 days. Figure over a few days called stepwise, since it goes up in steps. The bacteria is moving into your blood in this stage. Stage 2, around the second week of fever, the bacteria is multiplying in your pear's fetus. You'll start experiencing abdominal pain and other stomach symptoms, like diarrhea or constipation. You may get rose spots, small thin dots on your skin that look like a rash. Stage 3. If not treated with antibiotic, the bacteria can cause severe damage, usually around the 10th week after your symptoms start. Some people get serious complications like internal bleeding and encephalitis. Stage 4. Stage 4 is when most people begin to recover. Your hip fever begins to calm down. Salmonella typhi can live in your gallbladder without causing symptoms, which means you may still be contagious even after you feel better. Diagnosis and test. Your healthcare provider will use your symptoms, your travel history, and lab tests to diagnose typhoid fever. They'll give you a physical exam and listen to your hair and lungs. It's very important to tell your provider if you've traveled recently or think you've been exposed to typhoid. Otherwise, they may not know to test for it. They'll also use the information to decide the treatment to give. What tests can be done to diagnose typhoid fever? Your healthcare provider will take samples of body fluids or tissue to test for signs of Salmonella typhi. They may take sample of your blood. Your provider will use a needle to take a small tube of blood from your arm. Poop. Your healthcare provider will give you a sterile container and instructions on how to collect a sample. P. You may be asked to be into a cup given to you by your healthcare provider. Your provider may snap your skin and take a sample with a small laser or scalpel. One more rule. Your provider will snap your skin and use a special needle to get a sample of the inside of your bones. It's rare that you'd ever need this test for diagnosis. Prevalence of typhoid and paratyphoid fever in the Hague municipality of the Vaud region. Ghana in 2013. The figure represents the number of typhoid cases in the year 2013, with January recording the highest, followed by August with September and November touching the lower number of cases. The year 2013 was in sharp contrast to the previous year since the peaks in January and recorded the lowest in the following months. Subsequent months they recorded fluctuations in the number of typhoid fever cases until two-thirds of the year. Management and treatment. Typhoid is treated with antibiotics. Some never types of the bacteria are able to survive antibiotic treatment. So you'll be treated with different antibiotics depending on what type of typhoid you have and where you get sick. Paratyphoid fever is also treated with antibiotics. If you're severely ill or have complications, you may need additional treatments. You'll probably need to be admitted to the hospital for this treatment. What medications are used to treat typhoid fever? Your healthcare provider will treat typhoid fever with antibiotics, which may include the following. Prevention. The best way to reduce your risk of typhoid fever is to get vaccinated if you live in or are traveling to an area where it's common. Hand washing and safe food handling are also important for limiting the spread of typhoid. Vaccines for preventing typhoid fever. There are two vaccines for typhoid fever. They don't last forever. You need to get additional doses to stay protected. They currently reduce your risk, but don't guarantee you won't get typhoid. Vaccines may provide some protection against paratyphoid fever. Though this has been tested. Oral vaccine. The oral version for typhoid is 4 pills that you take every other day. As of December 2020, it's no longer available from the manufacturer. Injectable version. The injectable version for typhoid is a single shot. You need to get it at least 2 weeks before you arrive in an area where typhoid is common, so your body has time to build up defenses. Children over 2 years old can get the typhoid shot. You'll need to get a booster shot every 2 years to stay protected. Safe food practices for preventing typhoid fever. Vaccines are the best way to protect yourself from typhoid, but you should also take steps to avoid eating or drinking things that could be contaminated with Salmonella typhi or other bacteria. This is true both at home and when you're traveling. Safe food handling practices include the following: don't make food for others if you're sick. Wash your hands with soap and water before and after preparing food, while eating and after going to the bathroom. Wash your faces and utensils used for food prep and eating before and after use. If you're unsure whether the food you're eating is safe, eat mostly will cookies or packaged food. Don't drink untreated water or eat food prepared with untreated water. If you're unsure, it's safer to use bottled water to drink or cook with. Outlook or prognosis. What can I expect if I have typhoid fever? Depending on how soon you're treated for typhoid, you can feel better in as little as a few days after starting antibiotics. It's important to finish all of your medications as directed. Even if you start to feel better, you may still be contagious for a long time after your symptoms go away. Typhoid fever can be very serious. If you get treated as soon as possible, you're less likely to have severe complications. Complication of typhoid. If typhoid is left untreated, you are at risk for severe complications, including the following. That's all. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.